Smita ma'am, yes, please.
Yes. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Let me begin with some beautiful quotes. Legends say that gods cannot be seen. However, teachers are an exception. Teaching is a very noble profession that shapes character, caliber, and future of an individual. Teaching is the one profession that creates all other professions. This is a great honor for us teachers. Let us all pat our shoulders since we are all a part of this noble and respectful profession. On the behalf of Bharat Sahodaya and myself, belated Happy Teachers Day greetings to all the talented teachers present over here. A very warm welcome to Bharat Sahodaya's 80th web training session, the topic being remodeling assessment. We all know that this pandemic has affected our education system in many ways. This year, CBSE is implementing reduced syllabus. The Central Board of Secondary Education has changed the exam patterns for grades 10 and 12. Based on the new CBSE internal assessment pattern, the syllabus for the academic year 2021-22 is systematically divided into two terms based on the interconnectivity of concepts and topics. Term 1 exam will be conducted in the month of November or December. This session of today is all set to discuss about this new assessment pattern. Now, let me introduce myself. I am Smita, mathematics educator working with the Choice School Tripunithura, also handling the open school. I will be the moderator of the session for today. Dear audience, thank you so much for taking your time out to join us today. We are deeply appreciative and offer you our most grateful welcome. Just a few reminders. Please keep your videos on and mics on mute. Any queries in between the session can be addressed in the chat box. We are running a question answer session at the end of the program. Few questions posted at the time of registration is also incorporated. Please note, attendance link and feedback form will be shared in the chat box only at the end of this session. As always, a humble request, please stay connected with us throughout. Leaders become great, not because of their power, but because of their ability to empower others. And leadership is a capacity to translate vision into reality. This quote best suits to Abdul Salam sir, who is a proactive educator who has served 23 years in the education sector, a true visionary whose endeavors have taken the form of an educational revolution across the country. He is the CBSE resource person and CBSE Deputy Training Coordinator of Trivandrum region. A very warm welcome to you, sir. Now, I would like to invite Salam sir for the presidential address.
Thank you, Smita ma'am, and hearty welcome to all the participants, all mathematics community who have joined with lots of expectations, queries and concerns. We can understand the discussions going on in the WhatsApp groups, and we hope to do justice to your expectations. And I would like to take this opportunity to thank Bini ma'am for offering her help and assistance for all the mathematics teaching community. She is the CBSE trainer of COE for mathematics, and we are indeed blessed to have a presence along with another mathematics teacher who is the moderator for us today, Smita ma'am. So let's hope we'll have a smooth journey, and we all expect your cooperation. You can have your questions now itself. I can see many questions on the in the chat box. We will try to answer all the questions and stay connected, and let's avoid unnecessary, typing in the chat box. Let's listen to Bini ma'am, and at the end of the presentation, we can have as many questions as possible. So one more thing, this is the 80th training series, and we are having sessions back to back. We can see the pulse of the educators with a new scheme and assessment of CBSE and lots of concerns and doubts. And we are always with you, and we'll be always for your help. So thank you for all your cooperation. Thank you again, and have a wonderful evening. Hope to over to Smita ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Now, I would like to welcome Dr. Shibu, President of Bharat Sahodaya, and a veteran principal who has served many years in the teaching sector. Now, it's an honor and privilege to welcome our resource person of today's session, Bini ma'am, Principal of Gurudeva Public School, Thrissur. She is also the CBSE resource person for mathematics and resource person of Thrissur Sahodaya. She has 18 years of teaching experience, and she is a member of evaluation in CBSE Expression Series for teachers in COE Trivandrum. We are truly delighted to welcome you, ma'am. The stage is all set and the platform is yours. We would love to hear from you, ma'am. Over to you.
Thank you very much, Smita ma'am, for your charming speech. Okay, you're looking so charming. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And Salam sir for giving me a platform here. Okay. First of all, I'm so grateful regarding this Bharat Sahodaya because today is 80th one. I'm glad that I am the part of 80th one. Ending with zeros, no? We mathematicians like those numbers. Children also multiples of 10, we like. That's why I'm so happy that today I am a part of this one. I used to attend your trainings. So worthy trainings you used to produce. Thank you very much. From all the educators, thank you to Bharat Sahodaya. Okay. Now we are into our topic. CBSE has given from March, we have started actually. That's why many changes are there till today. From last year, month of 2020 March, we have started a new journey, I will tell you. Because in the month of April till now, we were not thinking even about online classes, and we have started thinking about online classes. We, the mathematics teachers, were suffering a lot actually for the last 1.5 years. I know repeatedly we were trying to communicate with children, but still enabling the video, even it is, these whole things are hurdles for us. That's why it is quite difficult for us to communicate, especially through problems. Because it is not a lecture method at all for mathematics. It is always solving the problems of life. That's why we had a tough time. Still, we don't give up. We have taken this as a challenge and moving on. Okay. This year also, we have expected in the month of 2021 March, we have expected that the schools will be open in the month of June, but again disappointed. Now again, we are moving to the journey of online teaching, and let us see what are all the problems which we are facing. And good evening to all my mathematics teachers. Many of them I know. Yesterday, many of you have given me messages also that you have registered. Thank you very much for your cooperation. Okay, now let us have a discussion mode. Please do your interactions through chat box. Okay, after the session, we can have the one-to-one discussion. Okay, your queries and all can be asked at that time. Till there, we can have the discussions through chat box only. Okay. Thank you. Let me share my presentation. Smita ma'am, I hope you can see.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much. Okay. Today, we are starting a journey with CBSE Bharat Sahodaya Complex. Thank you once again. Our learning outcomes today. Whenever we start anything, we start teaching. It is CBSE nowadays, they recommend always that we have to inform parents even what are the learning outcomes we get from class. Their children get from the classes. Here also, we are starting with the same to equip meeting the challenges of new assessment scheme. That made us, all of us, here in the same platform under the same umbrella. Because we are all facing too much of challenges nowadays. Day by day, we are overcoming many things. Again, new things are there in front of us. That's why we have to meet everything all together, not alone, all together. To assess the students by components given by internal assessment. That is also a challenge for us because they have given many headings, multiple assessment portfolio, many headings they have given. But for us, the main challenge which we face is we are not able to see our children directly and we have to do the assessments through online. Then this also we have to do it to compare and analyze the sample paper with the given syllabus. At the end of the day, it's all about marks. Always children and parents are keen regarding the marks, how much they get. That's why we are also focused on marks. That's why analyzing the sample paper is inevitable in our journey. Our milestones this year. In the month of March, on March 31st, CBSE has introduced the curriculum. As usual, they have done it. Each and every year, we can see that CBSE introduced the curriculum in the month of March. This year also, they have done it. On March 31st, they have introduced the curriculum. But the problem which we faced was, it was with full syllabus. But we were still expecting that whether the school will be opening in the month of June, and we were waiting for the final word from CBSE. Then the next milestone, it is special scheme of assessment. All of us understood, including our board, that the schools won't be opening this year. That's why they have introduced the special scheme of assessment. Then term-wise syllabus as per their word and sample question paper on 2nd September. This is the journey of us from March 31st till today for 2021-22. First one. If I'm speaking regarding the curriculum and syllabus, curriculum is all what about what we have to do this year. In the case of mathematics, in the case of science, these all what we have to do this year. That speaks by the curriculum, which is given by CBSE. How to do it? That is our syllabus. Mathematics syllabus speaks us how we can do the syllabus. That's how we can cover up the portion, which is the way we have to do the internal assessment. These all things are spoken clearly in the syllabus. Okay. Then the main thing when March 31st, when they have introduced the curriculum, all the things are not relevant now for us because they have given the term-wise curriculum and syllabus separately. But this thing is very important for us. Only the relevant things I have taken from there. This is the typology of questions. You know Bloom's taxonomy. Typology of questions, usually we take from this criteria, we take from Bloom's taxonomy. Second last year, according to mathematics, they have clubbed the third one, that is analyzing, evaluating and creating. They have clubbed it together. The main reason we know as mathematics teachers, because many of the questions in front of us, many of the problems which we are giving children, we are not possible to categorize it in the form of analyzing questions, evaluating questions and creating questions in regard of mathematics. That's why CBSE also understood the same. That's why the first level, remembering and understanding, they have clubbed it together. That is simple questions of understanding, they have clubbed it together, remembering and understanding. Then applying directly the concept, that is Applying. Then the third one, as per our word, it is hot questions, otherwise application level questions, which we used to refer. Then here, what they have given is, according to 10th standard, this is regarding 10th standard, we know that we have two papers, one is basic and the other one is standard. According to them, this one is total mark standard, they have given 43, and total mark basic they have given for 60 for remembering and understanding. That is the basic level. You can see that the change. Second one, applying 19 and 12. When we go to higher levels, basic level questions will be, marks will be less, because basic maths children are not able to attempt the higher level application level questions. And the second one, third one, I'm sorry, analyzing, evaluating and creating application level questions or hot questions. 18 marks, and basic you can see only 8 marks. This they have given on March 31st out of 80, because they were not having a plan to split it into 2 terms and all, CBSE. They have given us 80. But here, what I am focusing is the percentage weightage. The percentage weightage is the important thing for us, because remembering and understanding for standard questions, it will be 54%, and applying it is 24%, and the third one, it will be 22%. At the same time, for basic, the first level is 75%. You can see the difference, 54 and 75. And applying questions 15%, and analyzing, evaluating, creating, it will be 10% only. This is the one which we have to carry always with us. Because whenever we are asking the question that whether the question paper will be tough, whether the tough questions will be more, this is the answer from CBSE. Because CBSE has given clearly, according to Bloom's taxonomy, we know that it is the difficulty levels of children also. Like one by one it goes. That's why they have given clearly like how much percentage questions will be there from each one. And the change in basic and standard, that also you can see here. That's why always keep in your mind the same thing, like how we are setting the question paper, the same should be maintained in our question paper. Because when they have introduced term-wise syllabus also, this Bloom's taxonomy, they haven't introduced. That means we have to understand that this will be carried out. That's why this is one of the important things. Next one is for 12th standard. 12th standard also, they have given the same thing, like remembering and understanding together. Total marks 44, that is percentage weightage is 55. Applying, it will be 20 and 25. And analyzing the third level, it is 16 marks. That means the percentage weightage is 20. Second column is important here for us. That is 55% of the first level, then second level 25, and third level 20. You can see the comparison. The first level is 55%. At the same time, applying and the third level together, it's only 45%. Applying questions means it is the direct applications of definitions, identities, these types of questions. That's why all together it comes as just 80%. Only the remaining 20% difficult level questions. This is the given information by CBSE. Special scheme. Now we are into the special scheme. A special scheme they have introduced, and the main components of special scheme they have given according to mathematics. I focus. There are 2 terms, term 1 and term 2 for all the subjects. And they have given a word to us that day when they have introduced a special scheme, the syllabus will be rationalized. They would be giving a rationalized syllabus later. And internal assessment also will be given clearly later on. After that, they have given the third point, student profile for all assessments in digital format. Because this year, When they wanted to ask us the assessments and all, we had a problem that we didn't keep all together the profile of the student, otherwise the portfolio of the child. This all we didn't keep with us. It was all hard copies as usual. But this coming year, that is 2021-22, now Excel CBSE has given the word that please keep all the documents in a digital format. Whenever it is required, whenever we are asking, please produce the necessary documents. That's why that is very important that we have to keep the student profile for all assessments in digital format. That means, according to us, the portfolio of mathematics should be there in a digital format. Internal assessment on CBSE platform. They have given also that the internal assessment, they will be giving the space to upload the marks. Whenever it is needed, we have to upload the internal assessment marks. And weightage of each term is not specified. Because how much percentage will be taken from the first term and how much percentage will be taken from the second term, that is not given clearly. We know the reason, because it is a pandemic situation going on. We don't know that whether it will be online or offline, each and every exam, that is the first term examination and second term examination, we are in a dilemma still. That's why CBSE is also having the same confusion. That's why they haven't given the weightage of each term now. They have given plans. If it happens so, like it will be online, otherwise it will be offline, like that they have given plans only. It's our things, that is syllabus according to subject, main subjects. The syllabus will be for term 1 and term 2, it will be 50%. Half the syllabus will be there for term 1 and half the syllabus will be there for term 2. Duration, it is given that 90 minutes for the MCQ pattern and 2 hours for the second annual examination, that is board examination. Pattern, term 1, they have given clearly that it is MCQ questions. MCQ of the normal types and including case-based and assertion reasoning type questions. And the second term, they have given that it will be MCQ and descriptive questions together. Long term, long questions, short questions, MCQ all together. That means what we understand is the usual format which they give for board examination. Almost the same format will be followed. Till the sample paper comes, that it will be clear. Like when sample paper will be released, it will be clear. Then the center term, once they have given that it will be in school with external superintendent. And the second one will be by board. This is only anticipatory because we are not sure regarding the last one, the center and all. Because they have given options. You might have seen that plan 1, plan 2, plan 3, plan 4. 4 plans they have given. One is whether we can have the November-December examination online or offline. That is the first question. We are not sure till now because we don't know how the things go. The third wave also started. That's why we don't know how the pandemic will be affected all over the India and all over the world. That's why we are not sure regarding the things. That's why this one, whether it is in the school or whether it is online, these all things we have to wait still. According to the condition in the month of November and December, CBSE will declare. Until then, we have to be patient regarding the same. Okay. And the second one, term 2 examination, they have given that it will be by board. That is board examination as usual they have given. There also they have given options. We are not sure that whether we can have the outside central, external center examination or whether it will be in the school itself. We don't know anything according to the pandemic situation. That's why for the last line, we have to wait for CBSE. At that time, they will declare. Accordingly, we have to move. Now, special scheme, the major things are covered. Now we are moving into term-wise syllabus. What is it? Term-wise syllabus actually is the first year we are getting term 1 and term 2 syllabus after CCE. After CCE, till there we were actually dealing with all these. But now they have given again the term by syllabus. The first term they have given. This is only the copy paste of our syllabus. This slide is only the copy paste of our syllabus. Number system 6 marks, algebra 10 marks, coordinate geometry only 1 chapter 6 marks, geometry that is triangle 6 marks, trigonometry only introduction part that is 5 marks, mensuration and statistics and probability. This is given, then total only 40 marks, and then internal assessment 10 marks and total 50 marks. This is given in the syllabus. The same thing I have done it. Then term 2 also they have given. Algebra 10 marks, then geometry part it will be 9 marks, trigonometry the second chapter is there, that is 7 marks, and then mensuration, surface areas and volumes and all 6 marks, statistics and probability 8 marks. Total again 40, and then internal assessment 10. This is only term 1. Just I have given the syllabus in detail. This is also like CBSE has given clearly the same thing. The first chapter of class 10. Now we are dealing with class 10. The first chapter of class 10, Euclid's division lemma is not there. That's why all other main headings are there. You can see, and all other things just they have given. Last year, 2020-21, they have introduced a deleted portion session also. But I hope you remember that after some days, they have deleted that from the curriculum site itself. I think the deleted portion session created many confusions. That's why CBSE has withdrawn the same. Then this year, I think that is the same reason they haven't introduced a deleted portion separately. Only the included portions they have given clearly. Then polynomials also they have given. Then pair of linear equations and all application level questions. That is only given simple problems. Simple situational problems only will be there that they have given. That means the application level word problems and all, no, they all removed that according to that. Coordinate geometry also, the last part, area of triangle part, they have deleted that part. Then triangles I haven't written because many are there, like motivate, proof, like that they have given. That's why the time, like the space constraint, I haven't copied. Triangles also they have given. Some of the proofs are only motivate. If it is given motivate, the proof is not needed. Even ASA theorem proof is not needed. Hope you have checked it. Then introduction to trigonometry. Trigonometric ratios are there. Then complementary angles they have removed. And only simple identities regarding sine square A plus cos square A equal to 1. There are only simple things. And the proof also. Proof of sine square A plus cos square A equal to 1. They haven't given actually the other identities, cosec square and sec square, they haven't given the identities, but still we have to give the identities to them, because then only when they are going to 11th standard and all, they'll be able to do the questions of them. That's why we have to give all the identities, sine square A plus cos square A equal to 1, cosec square A minus cot square A equal to 1, and sec square A minus tan square A equal to 1. These are all the important relationships that we have to give. But the proof and all, sine square A plus cos square A equal to 1, and simple identities regarding the same. That last exercise, all the complicated sums and all you can avoid, only simple questions. Areas related to circles also, then probability also. They have given the portion. Term 1. Term 1. Marks they have given in such a way that relations, and this is class 12, we are moving into class 12. Term 1 they have given relations and functions 8 marks, algebra part it is 10 marks, calculus part it is 17 marks, and linear programming 5. Linear programming is included in the first term. That is one of the last chapters we used to go last only, but this year they have introduced, that is given in the term 1. Second one, term 2, according to CBSE, calculus part, then vectors and 3-dimensional and probability part. These all parts are included in the second term also. Now, detailed syllabus for term 1. Only term 1 just I have written. Relations and functions. Types of relations, RST, reflexive, symmetric, transitive, 1, 1 on 2. These all things are the equivalence relations. Equivalence relations, they have given too much of specification. Then 1 to 1 on 2 function. But last part is not there. That is binary operations, composite functions. This last part is not there. Then inverse trigonometric functions also. Mainly the properties they have omitted, that is deleted, it's not there. And matrices also, that invertible matrix, inversible matrix, no, only the introduction only they have given, other things are not there. And determinants also, even properties of determinants is not there. That is a golden part which we used to deal for actually attaining 33% for children and all. Such children, no, we used to make them study at least properties of determinants. That chance is not there now. Properties of determinants they have removed. And then the next one, continuity and differentiability. Continuity and differentiability, the differentiation chapter, that chapter also, that theorems are not the last part of theorems and all not the, only till second order derivatives. Second order derivatives, only one exercise is that is included. Then applications of derivatives also, approximations they have deleted, that is not there. Then linear programming also. Linear programming also, that unbounded, that part only they have omitted. Now we are moving to internal assessment. Internal assessment means that also we have many confusions. That's why first periodic tests. Previously we know the category which we used to take, but now they have split it into 2 terms. Both the terms, the equal weightage they have given 10 marks. First term and second term, the marks will be dealt as periodic test 3 marks. It can be, we know that 3 periodic tests are there for the year for class 10, 9 and 10, and out of the same, either it can be 1 plus 2 or 2 plus 1. That is the instruction by CBSE. That means PT1 and PT2 can be in the first term and PT3 in the second term, or PT1 in the first term and PT2 and PT3 in the second term. That we can decide. According to our convenience, we can do it. How to take the marks that they have been given separately? Previously, it was like all the PT together, like average of bus 2 we used to take. But this time they haven't specified it clearly. That's why just let us wait. If there is any clarification, we can move accordingly. Otherwise, I think we will be allowed to take the best that they haven't given clearly. Multiple assessments. Multiple assessments means many things are there. Multiple assessments mainly focus the classroom activities. It is not like we are giving something and they are doing at home and they are bringing back. That won't be added in multiple assessments. Classroom activities or teaching learning activities which occur together when the teacher is present. If the teacher is taking them outside and doing something, that also will be multiple assessment. But at the same time, it is not like a homework to child. It is all together. That is the classroom activities, teacher student together, what we are doing, that is mainly the multiple assessments. I'll be giving in detail another slide I have put for this one. Portfolio, when you are asking me, these are the 4 keywords. Effort, growth, progress, and achievement of the child, of the single individual child. That is called as portfolio. And students enrichment activities, subject enrichment activities which we used to refer, the same thing itself. Students enrichment activities, lab manual, that is around each periodic test we can give 2 or 3 activities, like that we can move. That also CBSE hasn't given any number along with the same. It's only like our concern, it should be always in a cumulative way. That's why we can give 2 or 3 activities along with each periodic test. It is just suggested. It is not given by CBSE. Total term 1 and term 2, 10 marks each. Then total it will be 20 marks for internal assessment. Portfolio. It is given by these all criteria. Just I have written a criteria for portfolio. This is given by CBSE. According to the instruction, that is the description they have given. No, they have given that these are all the key factors in the portfolio. That's why just for as a suggestion, just I have put it as a mark. Each one, if you want, you can give. Why I have given total 6 marks is, the reason is now it is 3 marks for portfolio. That's why easily we can convert it. That's all. This is only a suggestion from my part. It is not given by CBSE. You can give, if you want, out of 10 marks, you can give that. And criteria also, if you want to add anything else, you are allowed to do it. This is only a sample, just I have put up. What I thought is, if it is total 6 marks, just directly we can make it into half, no, for internal assessment, 3 marks. That's why just I have put it as out of 6. Okay. All the points are there in the syllabus. Subject enrichment activity or student enrichment activity. Lab activity. Lab activities we have to do. Lab manual, we know that around 21 activities are there for the lab manual of 10th standard. And number of experiments to be done, they haven't given clearly. You have to do 10, you have to do 15, you have to do 5, like that they haven't given at all. That's why just we can see that that is the last point. That is always the increasing content of portion that is to be managed, that CBSE used to stress. That means whatever is taken out of the same, how many activities are there, 2 or 3 we can do it. Like that, it is just suggested from my side. It is just a suggestion, like around 2 activities or 3 activities can be done for each periodic test. Then we can make it all together like 6, 7 or 8 activities. Like that we can manage. Out of 21, they haven't given the number at all. These are all the activities in the lab manual. Just for your concern, just I have put it in the slide. That's all. CBSE lab manual, we have to use that they have given. That's why in the lab manual, these all activities are there. Out of the same, whichever you suggest, your school suggests, parallel teachers, you can discuss and you can do those activities. These are the prescribed text and books from CBSE. Mathematics. Why am I referring this is, for the lab manual and all, we used to refer many private publications and all. But actually CBSE has given clearly in their syllabus which all things we have to refer. That is again I have given here. And especially the last one, 7th one, it is very important. Mathematics exemplar problems for class 9 and class 10. Both of them, they have given the exemplar problems, 9 and 10. It is my mistake that last one also 9 I have written. That is class 10. That's why both class 9 and 10, they have given the exemplar problems. Beautiful questions are there in the exemplar problems, especially MCQ questions and all very good questions are there. That's why as the second book, other than our textbook, the second one is our exemplar problems. Okay. I request all of you to refer exemplar problems and give the problems from it. And if it is not available, we have it, the PDF copy in our NCERT site. Otherwise, you will be getting from many private publishers also, the exemplar problems. That also you can, because the same problems they have solved out. That's all. That's why that is also possible. That's why anyway, you have to cover up the syllabus which is given in the exemplar problems also, because it is prescribed by CBSE. That's why please keen regarding that. And other things also, you can see that the guidelines for maths laboratory for 9, 10 and all, it is there in the NCERT site. Very good it is. A lot of explanation they have given, many activities are there. This all you can refer for your lab manual, lab activities. Okay. Private publisher books, other than the same, whatever CBSE prescribed, please go into it. Now, the next class, that is also same, class 12, mathematics, internal assessment, periodic test 5 marks. There also the periodic test version, they have given the same thing, either it can be 1+2 or 2+1 in 2 separate terms. And maths activity, again maths lab activities. Here they have used the word as maths activity. Total 10 for each term, and then 10 plus 10, it is 20. Maths lab activity. That is periodic test, nothing to explain and all, we know. But maths lab activity, mathematics lab manual is there, and this is given in our syllabus also. This link is given in our syllabus also. Please open it and go to that lab manual, which is given by CBSE. 4 activities in each term that they have given clearly. Criteria which they have given, that is activities performed by the students and record keeping. That is 3 marks, and assessment and viva total 2 marks. If you want this also, you can split that activities performed by the student and then record keeping. That can be split into 2. Total 3 marks that can be split. And assessment of activity and viva, this also can be split. Total 5 marks. Okay, for 5 marks for this one. That is for each term, it is 5 marks. There also the prescribed books are given by CBSE. Same thing, 11 and 12 lab manual is there, and textbook is part 1 and part 2. That's why I have given that also. Exemplar problems again for 11th standard and 12th standard. Okay, this also important one as 9 and 10. Applied mathematics. Applied mathematics, I don't know much to speak, but still they have just introduced only last year. And many of the schools, they told that last year, which they have introduced, they have not taken this year, like that they told. But anyway, now 12th standard children are going to write the examination this year. That's why internal assessment, I have checked with many of my friends that those who are doing and all, what you are doing and all, and I have learned it. Project work they have given, the projects and all, they have listed the projects and all, how to move about the project and all, it is given clearly. And term and presentation and viva, that is term and test plus 1 practical plus viva. This also, the presentation also, they have given topics. It is not much related, statistics and all, it is related with statistics and all they have given, but that is also given by them. That also, total 10 marks for each term, 10 plus 10, it will be 20. Now our golden side, that is sample paper. Sample paper they have introduced only like last week. That's why we were very keen regarding waiting for the sample paper, because term 1 and term 2 they have introduced. That's why we were having attention regarding the same. This one, this is for 10 and 12. The instructions are same. All questions carry equal marks, no negative marking at all. And section A, 20 MCQs to be attempted. 20 MCQs are given and 16 to be attempted. Section B also same, and section C also the same thing. The only difference is class 10, 2 case study based questions are there, and class 12 only 1 case study based question is there. That is the only difference, but instructions and all both of them same. Now this is the analysis of our sample paper. This is some of the chapters and all, there will be slight variance, because when I have done 10th standard, some simple Pythagoras theorem application questions and all they have given. 2-3 questions are the simple questions. Wherever we want, we can. Whether I have to add it into coordinate geometry or triangles, like that I was thinking. That's why slight variations will be there, but still almost the chapter weightage is given. So chapter weightage, group weightage. We don't have the word chapter weightage, group weightage. Number systems and all, basic and standard they have given. 1 minute. Okay. Basic and standard they have given total 6 marks according to them, and in the sample paper 7 marks they have given. And algebra, polynomials and pair of linear equation, 2 chapters are the 13 they have given in the question paper, and 10 marks in the standard paper, and 10 according to them. And coordinate geometry also. This I have added the Pythagoras theorem and all here. That's why number of questions are more, and according to them it is only 6. Geometry, that is only triangles, 6 and 5, basic 6 and standard 5 marks, and then total marks according to CBSE it is 6. Trigonometry, 6 marks in the basic and 8 marks in the standard. And according to CBSE, it is 5. And then areas related to circles, it is basic, it is 4, and standard, it is 3. And this one is, okay, this is 4 marks according to CBSE. And probability also they have given 5 and 4 and then 3. According to them, it is actually 40 marks. But according to us in the class paper, it is total 50. That's why here you can see that first 2 columns, there will be more marks that you can see. That is the reason, because we have choice questions there. That's why here the marks will be total 50 and the last column marks will be total 40. Okay. This also class 12 also. Almost like on an average, just I have done relations and functions and inverse trigonometric functions together 9 marks, matrices and determinants 14, continuity and differentiability 22 marks, and linear programming 5 marks. In the paper it is total 50, and according to board the given weightage is given like 8, 10, 17 and 5. It is given as, according to board, it is 40. Okay. Now, this is the main thing, like one of the things which I want to tell you, I want to communicate with you regarding this one. That is learning outcomes CBSE has introduced now. Then CBSE handbook is there in the CBSE academic site. That's why please take a hard copy of this one and check how they have done it. Otherwise, like all the learning outcomes, how they have set and prescribed suggested activities are also given by CBSE. Please go through the same. This is available in CBSE academic site and in the handbook session. Okay. Please take a copy of this, put it in the library. Please request your principal to put it in the library and please check it. All the subjects learning outcomes they have given. It is in CBSE academic site. Okay. Now, thank you for tolerating me till now, bearing me. Okay. Now it is the time for you to ask questions and all. Then applied math syllabus is there, ma'am. It is given because as the slides are getting so long, that's why I haven't included here. That's all. It is that syllabus is given by CBSE. That is only for a minority, no? That's why I haven't put up here. That's all. No, if you are asking me like Oswald sample paper book is useful and all, I have no answer. I cannot support any of the publisher and all. It is up to us actually. You can see that which all things are applicable and we can have the model exams and all we can give to children. That's why please select different kinds of questions. Please don't go through the same pattern questions for all like that. And this is the question which I am going to answer. Like Smita ma'am also told that many of the queries were regarding assertion and reasoning questions. According to CBSE, I have given you, like that is MCQ questions they have given for term 1. Normal MCQ questions are there, then case study based questions and assertion reasoning questions they have given. But according to us, sample paper they haven't given. That's why, but I cannot tell you that you don't practice assertion reasoning questions at all. You have to practice. You have to give a practice for children. But we are not sure that whether it will be there for the board examination. Only by checking the sample paper, we cannot say that assertion reasoning questions won't be included. But it is given in the syllabus. By CBSE, it is given. We can wait. If they are giving any clarification regarding the same, well and good. If they have avoided the questions and all, if they are giving, well and good. Otherwise, as for today, it is included. All the types of MCQ questions are that CBSE has given. Now,
Vinny ma'am, actually, I can't stop myself saying that I felt like sitting in a perfect teacher's class where every child would love to sit. Actually, I think that's a feeling with all the educators present here because they are left with no doubts from your session. So, ma'am, so shall we move on to the question and answer session, which we got
Yes, ma'am.
incorporated
Yes, ma'am. Sure, ma'am.
during the time of registration?
Sure, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah.
After that, we can move to chat box also.
Yeah. The first one is in internal assessment, periodic test is based on pen and paper. So is it okay if we can have it in the form of an MCQ?
We have the freedom to put the questions as we want. Like term 1 examination, they have declared that it is in the form of MCQ. That's why if you want to give a practice for MCQ, well and good, no problem. CBSE hasn't given that you have to give MCQ or you have to give descriptive. But the problem is actually, if you are giving only MCQ questions for the full term, no, the problem comes in the month of December again. Because there we have to mold our children again for descriptive. That we have some practical difficulties. That's why you can give, what I suggest is you can give some descriptive also in between, but more questions you give from MCQ. That is always better because we have term 1 examination MCQ. Yes, ma'am. Next,
okay, ma'am. The second question is, do we need to practice complex MCQs as it is not seen in term 1 sample question paper?
Actually, complex MCQs means that is given by the first 2-3 slides. That is Bloom's taxonomy. According to CBSE, they have given that the application level questions will be 20% out of 100. Out of 100%. That's why we have to give from which chapter they would give these types of questions, and we are not sure. That whenever we get the paper, only we will come to know that, okay, these all types of questions are there. That's why I don't label the questions as complex MCQs or simple MCQs. What I suggest is, please give all the types of questions to children for practice.
Okay. The next is, as per the circular dated 14th May 2020, subject enrichment is practical lab work and art integration together.
Yes.
But the link for section 4.4 annexure, which is pairing with the other state, is not getting opened. So do we need to follow like last year, or do we need to wait for the final confirmation? And even I got that question from the chat box too, ma'am.
Okay. Actually, CBSE has given clearly that art integrated project will be continued this year also according to 2020 circular. They have given clearly. But the problem is, as you told, the pairing state is not given by them till now. That's why I think we have to wait for further clarification from CBSE. Okay. Then if it is there, sure that they will be giving the pairing state again. Otherwise, they will be declaring or they will be giving a hint that the same pairing state to be continued. That's why let us wait, because from CBSE part, it has to be clarified. But art integrated project is there this year also that they have given.
Okay. Now, should the descriptive question paper be like what is given in the circular dated 22nd April 2021?
Actually, I didn't understand that one. Which is the question paper? She has given a reference that I didn't get it, she or he. Which question paper is the 22nd of April question paper?
I think Jayashree ma'am has that doubt. Jayashree ma'am, I can unmute you. You can ask.
Yes, good evening, Abdul sir. Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
Good evening, Smita. Ma'am, this is regarding the circular which is posted on 22nd April 2021. The subject is assessment and evaluation practices of the board for the session 2021-2022. So they have given last year, what you say, 1 second. This year we need to have 50%, 50%. The sense, 1 second, let me just, that is increasing the section A by 10 marks more. That means 50%, and section B, long answer, short answer, 50%. Last year it was 60 and 60-40, but this year it is 50-50. So my question is, since it is term 2 is subjective as per to the board, do we need to make the children practice by this format according to the?
Actually, it is. I don't think that it is very clear today, because after that only this term syllabus, these whole things they have introduced, no? That's why just we will wait for the sample paper to come for the correct format. That also they'll introduce easily, like after the first term examination, they'll give it in the month of January and all. That's why we'll wait for the sample paper for getting the correct format.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. One more doubt, ma'am. This
Yes,
periodic test, as per to the board circular, that means 2 years back, it is very well given that it need to be a pen and paper. That means you need to follow as per to your term and paper. So that means it need to be subjective. Okay, so I heard what ma'am said. If it is full MCQ, it is well and good. But since that goes into the internal assessment, that is where the problem is. In case if the COVID condition increases like this, there is a chance for the term plan 4. That means if term 1 and term 2 becomes MCQ, we will be giving more weightage for the internal assessment. So do we need to take a chance of giving a periodic test by giving full MCQ? That is that's a question.
Ma'am, I cannot comment for this, ma'am. It is up to our common sense actually, because the pandemic, how it goes, that we don't know. Which plan will work? Can we say an answer like certain?
No, that's why I'm asking. So do we need to, is it always better to do the periodic test as you said, mixed 50-50?
I suggest like that.
Okay.
Because that is not only by this reason. I don't want children to appear only examination. They want to practice the real life.
Yeah, correct.
That is the main reason actually.
Okay.
It is always better to give like all the patterns together, MCQ and this. But some of the teachers asked me like, ma'am, within 1 or 2 months, how can we change our children completely to MCQ and all? Can we give like that? There is a suggestion like that. It is up to you actually.
Okay.
Because CBSE hasn't given. Like that is my word, no? CBSE, what they are giving. CBSE hasn't given whether it should be completely MCQ or whether it should be completely descriptive or mixed. They haven't given. It is up to us, because according to, especially from last year, we are practicing uncertainties.
Yes.
That's why we have to.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir.
Smita ma'am, let us continue.
Yes, ma'am. Term 2 has less duration. So to complete the portions is a challenge. So how do we overcome this?
Actually, term 1, we have a long term. We expect that term 1 is a long term. That's why, according to me and all, I am a subject teacher of both 10th and 12th. Now, almost the first term syllabus is over. Like almost within 2 weeks, it will be over. That is only around September 20th. Then what I told my children is, after that also, I'll be continuing with the portions. That is term 2 portions. Then by the time CBSE declare the date and all, that is only in the month of November, no? Then 1 month is enough for us for the practice and all, revisions and all. That's why till there, I suggest like till there, you can continue with term 2 portions. I know the difficulties, what is in your mind and all. Children won't be listening, ma'am, if you are taking term 2 now. Will be only a portion completion. Correct, it is. But still, in this pandemic situation means, whatever be the situation, according to that, we have to be flexible. That's why better you take 1 or 2 chapters of term 2 also now, if time permits, and keep it. After that, if it is well and good, like November itself, November beginning itself, if the exam is over, we are getting enough time in term 2 also, we have no problem. Okay. According to the examination date and all, we can just adjust ourselves.
Yes, ma'am. Now, please explain the type of questions that is seen in sections A, B, and C of both term 1 and term 2. Term was mentioned in the chat box too.
Term 2 we cannot predict now. That is up to CBSE. But term 1 means they have given clearly, and I have explained like each section and all how many. All of them are 1 mark questions, we know. Some of the sections seems to be little more lengthy to attempt and all. 1 question means 1 mark means it is 2 minutes. According to CBSE, this weightage 2 minutes it is. Maximum 2 minutes. After that, we'll get little more time. That is for like consolidating the things. That's why 2 minutes we have to take. But some application level questions and all, we won't be able to complete by the time. That's why we have some left out time after that we can manage. Other than the same, we cannot comment over this one. The patterns of questions and all, term 1 they have given already. That's why we know. And term 2 yet to come.
Yes, ma'am. Now, is there any message regarding the kind of questions for the children who has opted for basic maths in grade 10?
Basic maths I have explained already. That is, the weightage is different. Weightage given is different. I have given you knowledge and understanding level itself. It is more for basic maths. That's why the same percentage we have to take for the examination also when we set the question paper.
Okay, ma'am, one question is frequently asked in the chat box. If the child attends all the 50 questions, how will we do the evaluation? If
According to CBSE, the evaluation, I think further clarification will be there from CBSE. But still, previous valuation camps and all, usually the chief examiner, the chief evaluator, they used to tell us like, the first questions to be attempted to be evaluated. That is also like sometimes we are flexible, like the second question which they have attempted is wrong. Then we used to like that. According to the flexibility, I think board will give us a clarification by the time of assessment. I expect so, because this is the first time which we get like this.
okay, ma'am. Now, another question from the chat box is, in the sample question paper, for the case study questions, they have given 2 case study questions. So, and they have to answer 8 out of 10. So, how is it to be answered? Is it 3 plus 5, 5 plus 3, or 4 plus 4?
They haven't given that. They haven't given. It's only like 8 questions to be attempted. It is up to the child.
Okay, ma'am.
It is up to the child.
Most frequent question coming up in the chat box.
That is like, if I know 2 questions from the first one and 4 questions from the second one, I can answer according to my level.
Okay, ma'am.
But CBSE has not specified. They can answer whichever they want.
Okay. So, ma'am, shall we move on to the audience for the questions? And that's all
Sure,
from the registration part.
These assertion type questions are there in MCQ. Again, the question I can see in the chat box. Again, I've given an answer like according to CBSE, they have not specified like whether it is included for, whether it is not included for maths and all. That's why we have to go for assertion reasoning questions also, because we are not sure. Only with sample paper, we cannot judge like it won't be there.
Smita ma'am, a few people have raised their hands. Mona. Mona ma'am, you can ask. Mona Shulki.
Sir, I just want the recording of this session so that I can share with my colleagues and I can again hear this session. So I want a recording of this session.
Madam, we will make it available in our YouTube channel later. And please subscribe so you'll get notification. Is that okay, Bini ma'am? Is it okay?
Yeah, sure. Bharat Sahodhi, everything we can see. I used to check it actually. Some of the sessions at that time I am not able to attend. I used to check it later. I have subscribed. That's fine. That is available, ma'am. You can.
Ma'am, where it is available on YouTube?
Not now. Afterwards, I'll put it. At that time, it will be available. You can.
Okay, ma'am.
Then another question. Like I have a doubt for term 1 10th exam, there is only MCQs. Yes, exactly, ma'am. So should we take big questions like 5-mark questions, or should we give only 1 to 3-mark questions for practice? We have to give all the types of questions, ma'am. We cannot split it as 5-mark questions we don't give and all. We have to give all the types of questions, because even from 5-mark questions and all, a part will be asked for MCQ. Like that we can expect. That's why all the patterns of questions descriptive which we used to give in the class, till last year, all the questions we have to give.
Smita ma'am, Tinu Thomas has raised.
Yeah.
Tinu.
Good evening, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
I just want to ask you that for all other subjects, I've seen the instructions that first 16 questions out of 20 will be marked like that. But for maths, it's not at all given. So what yesterday I came to hear a voice clip that if a question, if a child answers like 50 questions or like out of 20 questions, 16 is to be answered. If the child answers all the 20 questions, then everything will be marked and it will be converted into 40. Is that a right explanation, or should we wait for a CBSE's another?
Actually, I am not the person to answer this question. According to maths, it is not given by CBSE till now.
Okay.
Madam,
So
that
for
was the voice of Miss Ruchi Sengar, who prepared English question paper. That was about
yeah, I think
English
so.
question, English, not
Oh, it
about
was regarding
maths.
English, not about maths. Okay.
Yes, yes.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
All other subjects they have given.
Yeah, all other subjects, the instruction is
Yeah,
given
because
that.
according
Yeah,
to
but
maths,
for
they
maths, it's
haven't
not
given,
given.
ma'am. That's why
okay.
now we cannot. Officially, we cannot.
Oh, okay.
Let
Okay,
us
ma'am. Thank
wait.
you.
I think some
Okay.
clarifications will be there regarding maths also.
Okay, okay, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Now only, last week only they have introduced the sample
Yes,
paper.
yes, yes.
That's we just
Yes.
wait.
Yeah, okay, okay, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you.
Neeta, ma'am, Neeta.
Yes. Good evening, sir, and good evening, ma'am, and all of you. I just want to ask about the internal assessment as a portfolio is there, PT is there, and subject enrich activities is there. तो आर्ट जो इंटीग्रेटेड प्रोजेक्ट है वो हमें कहाँ पे मतलब where we can in both term we will use art integrated project or in one term और subject enrich activity में हम count करेंगे where we will count that art integrated project.
No, where we will count that subject art integrated project is not given by CBSE this year. Last year they have incorporated the same.
Yes.
But
So
this
what
year they haven't given. That's why we can do the art integrated project and keep whenever they give the pairing state.
Okay. So
because we have to wait, for further instruction.
Yes.
Clarifications to be given by CBSE. Then only we will be able to do.
Because already 10 marks are distributed, so where we will keep this? So that is a confusion.
Yes, exactly, ma'am. Exactly.
Yeah.
That we don't know that whether it will be included for internal assessment also that they have been given. But compulsorily we have to do it that they have given.
Okay. Thank you very much.
That's why you can do one for the whole year and keep it.
Okay, for only one, na? Only for one.
Actually, that is also not specified, but at least one you can do.
Okay, for each subject.
By the time, I think that also will be clarified.
Okay, thank you very much.
Let us wait for it.
Okay, thank you.
Lissy ma'am, you can ask now. Lissy ma'am.
Lissy ma'am.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
Yeah, I just want to know in grade 12, CBSE syllabus has suggested that it is only up to the principal branch. But in the sample question paper, they have given questions from that is usually we are doing only principal branch means it will be up to exercise, first exercise. But they have given questions from the second exercise as well. So is there any, do we need to do all the entire chapter for that chapter 2?
No, actually the 1 plus cos theta question you meant? So sample, I think that question.
The question number 27.
Question number I don't remember, but I think that question 1 plus cos theta and 1 minus cos theta. No, that question I think.
Yes, ma'am.
So at that question, that is like the sign of sine inverse and sine inverse of sine when it comes means it is under principal value itself.
Okay, so we don't need
to given by them.
Yes.
But we don't need not conjugate question. But second properties question means that 1 plus sine theta question is conjugate question. No, that is little more. Otherwise, one we have to expand.
We can do that without include in that as well. So I just
it is not properties question actually. Directly we can do by principal value branch.
Okay, so only those type of questions will be there, not to the details.
Sure. According to CBSE, it is given like that.
And also in grade 12, only one case study questions will be there, ma'am.
One case study question only they have given. Sample paper. Sample paper means we cannot take it as final word. But we expect so, that only. I cannot tell you that only one will be there for board examination. But most of them will be the same pattern. Like that only we can give.
As earlier you said, we can answer any 8 out of 10. There is no partition like 4 compulsory from the case study or something. No, nothing like that, right, ma'am?
No, in
Any
the instruction it is not given, ma'am.
Oh, okay, ma'am. And also in linear programming, transportation type of problems, if it is coming under bounded, do we need to include that as well?
Actually, they have not specified it clearly. That's why you can do according to you. Some of the things are like that, actually.
Okay.
But I told you, no, sine square plus cos square only they have specified according to time standard. But I have given cosec square and sec square also, because according to me, what I feel is, without knowing those two identities, how can they go to 11th standard? That's why the similar way, some of the things we can think according to our sense and do it.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Jessina, ma'am.
I think Garima ma'am in line. Garima.
Yes, good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
My question is regarding applied maths. Students are supposed to submit a project at the end of term 1. So I had a query, can they prepare this project and present it in the form of a PowerPoint presentation, or does it necessarily have to be a research paper?
No, actually, now we are expecting that it will be in the online mode itself.
Yes, ma'am.
That's why anyone you can do, and you can put it in the online mode itself. Like that we can manage.
So that means if my students are willing to make a PPT for the project, they can go ahead with that, ma'am?
No, that is okay, because you have to prepare the digital format, no?
Yes, ma'am.
That's why the same report itself, if they are putting as a PPT also, that is okay. We can value.
Okay. And ma'am, if they are
mode of exhibiting the same that they haven't given, the report to be ready.
Okay. And ma'am, one last thing, if suppose they are doing it as a research paper, then it has to be handwritten, or it can be a typed document also?
Typed document also should be there.
Okay. Thank you.
That is to be handed over for the usual way. But now as it is online mode, like whether the children will be able to come to school, that we are not very sure.
Yes, ma'am.
That's why let us wait for it. But anyway, sure that for the whole year, they'll be able to come to school and hand over at any time, like later on. That's why research paper should be done.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, then. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, thank
you. Jessina, ma'am.
Hello, good evening, everyone. Regarding grade 10, in the sample paper, they have asked for centroid of finding the centroid of the triangle. So actually, they meant to do it using that ratio 2:1, or we have, or that x1 plus x2 plus x3 by 3, that formula we used to give. So is it actually? I think they have, because it is not there in the syllabus. So they are. I think they are expecting us to teach based on the ratio.
Actually, it is MCQ. First term, it is MCQ. Whichever method you are teaching is not relevant here, but they have to get the answer.
Yeah.
That's why whichever is easier, you can go for it.
Yeah, that we can go for that. But actually, as per the syllabus, that centroid area of that part is not there.
What you are telling is correct. Ratio.
So it's, yeah, so so it's better to go for just give the formula that x1 plus x2 plus x3 by 3 will be better, right?
No, ma'am, actually, it is our, like the way which we are thinking, because it is only MCQ, we want only the answer.
Yeah.
How they have done the question is not important for us. That's
because
why it will be the easy method you feel, that you can give them as tips and tricks at last.
That we can give, but ma'am, this is not there in the syllabus. Do we need to teach?
That's why you give us ratio, no problem.
Okay, okay, okay. Then we can give tips also.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Yes, Harleen, ma'am. Harleen, ma'am, has raised her hands.
Miss Harleen, you can unmute and ask. We can ask Lakshmi, ma'am. Lakshmi Srinivas. Yes, Harleen, ma'am, please.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, ma'am. Ma'am, I wanted to ask about the sample paper that has been issued for grade 12 mathematics. In that, we don't have the assertion reason type MCQs, right? So should we give students for the practice sake session recent questions, or should we skip that?
Actually, according to CBSE, they have given that assertion reasoning type is also included. I have given you in a slide, no? That is specified. Case study and assertion reasoning types will be there. That's why only by seeing the sample paper, we cannot avoid those questions. But to give some practice, we are not sure that whether it will be included or not.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much. As we are having school examinations, so I was little worried that should we change the question paper or should we keep it the same?
Yeah.
Thanks so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes, Lakshmi ma'am. Lakshmi ma'am, you can ask now.
Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yeah. First of all, let me express my appreciation for the clarity and the amount of information that you've been able to give, as rightly told by Smita, that it was like attending a class after a long time as a student. Yes, having said that, I'm going off slightly on a tangent. I'm an experienced teacher, having taught for a long time, class 9 and 10. I'm talking about class 10 now. Keeping in mind that they are going to opt for basic and standard. And definitely the ones who are aspiring to do maths in 11th standard are the ones who are opting for standard.
Yes, exactly.
How are we going to cater to the requirements of these standard students? Because right now we are keeping in mind what bare minimum, what we can do online with the help of all the instructions given to us by CBSE, following it meticulously, helping the children to score so that we have no issues in any way. We are trying to keep it as non-controversial, non-argumentative, non-problematic as possible to be on the safe side. Coming to the point, these 10 standards are going to reach 11th at some point. Will all the lacuna created in the syllabus, not blaming anybody, it is the need of the hour or the challenging situations or whatever, all admitted. How are we going to take care of these children who are aspiring to do standard maths going to 11th? And if we create gaps in their knowledge, because we have to do it that way, is it not advisable at some point to divide the class? It's not discriminating, basic separate and standard students separate, and cater to the requirements of the standard at some point, maybe in the second term or maybe any time. We have remedial classes. We used to have remedial classes earlier when we used to have school. We used to have remedial classes for the students who needed help. But what about these students who are aspiring to do maths seriously, and there are a lot of gaps created in their knowledge? How are we going to help them? As a subject expert, I seek your advice.
Actually, it is not from the point of CBSE. Last year, when I have taken class 11, the binomial theorem, then PMI, principle of mathematical induction, these all chapters were removed from the syllabus. But without knowing principle like PMI, otherwise this binomial theorem, how will they be able to do class 12 mathematics? Precisely. That was a primary thought in my mind first. That's why what I have done is, one period I have spent for binomial theorem in the class. What is it? Just I have explained, because later on they have to do many problems regarding the same that I know. Probability, otherwise permutation, combination, these all are regarding these all. And this PMI also I have spent one period, and the basic things I have explained to them. That is the way as a subject teacher I cater to this one. I think the same thing can be done by all the teachers also. We know for years, as you told that, I respect you as an experienced teacher for years and years at 9th and 10th standard. That is good. That's why you know the syllabus. Otherwise, where they are going next, that you know. That's why, which are all the essential sides we know. Then actually deleting the syllabus itself, I cannot pop up with the same. But as per the pandemic situation, what else we will do? That only CBSE also has done. That's why for filling the gaps as a subject teacher, this is the way which I am doing. I am trying to give the basics of all, not all the problems. All the problems of binomial theorem I haven't given, all the problems of PMI I haven't given. But still the basic idea, I have spent 1 hour for the same and I have given. Similarly, we can try to cater the same. That is according to me.
Yeah, I understood what you said.
Yeah.
Now,
Thank you,
instead
ma'am.
of waiting for the student to reach 11th, can it not be handled? Forewarned is forearmed. Like, can it not be handled in 10th itself before, before the session gets over? See, normally when we used to have the regular schools, we used to finish off the syllabus by November, December.
Yeah,
So
correct.
if that being the case, if something of that, so where, if we can sort of divide it, we know that who's going to opt for standard and who's going to opt for basic, then we cater to the requirement of the standard students separately, giving them a little more, maybe going beyond the stipulated syllabus for the current year. Maybe we will go a little beyond, but within the curriculum. Suppose we finish it. Suppose we do a little more with them, because creating gaps in trigonometry is going to create problems. We are deleting complementary angles. Now, complementary angles will come into place somewhere or the other in identities. So we cannot say that it was not taught in 10. Say 10 years hence, we cannot say I belong to that batch where this was not taught. That's not going to help. That's not going to help. So that is what,
If possible, you try to include those in the classes itself. That is my suggestion. Other than the same, I cannot ask like you have to, you should.
No, you can.
That is not.
I understand.
But if you feel so, sure, I appreciate you actually.
Yeah, this is required. This is just a suggestion because it's a forum of maths teachers. I felt there's a responsibility, on us.
Exactly.
As maths teachers, as you rightly said, it's not on lecture mode. It has to be explained. We have to get into the brain of the child. And there you have a child who wants to understand it. And then you have a child who just about wants to get through.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
I'll give you a very humorous situation. Sorry, I'm taking a little bit of this thing. I was teaching a student later on after school because I am a guest teacher. So I was teaching after school. This child was studying from me in 10th. Last year, the moment it was announced that the promotion is understood, the child abruptly stopped the class saying that what's the use of this? So it was not for knowledge the child was studying, but for getting through. So we have different types of students and we have to cater to their requirement. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Yes. Now, Veera Kumar, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Good evening. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, sir.
Ma'am, for these basic students, as well as the standard, 10th standard, same way 12th standard also, is there the deleted syllabus, exercise by exercise, what are the questions, what are the exercises, or deleted like that, any detailed idea is there?
No, sir, it is not there. Exercise-wise, CBSE has not given. That is like some of the teachers have done that I could see. But CBSE hasn't given, sir.
Because it has some, kind of confusion when you go 12th standard linear programming and all.
Yeah, exactly.
It is given bounded like that. But
no.
Exercise 12.2 also it is related. But objective, how long you will go for doing objective, framing equation, everything, it is there or not. Like that, each chapter I feel some kind of confusions whether it is included or excluded like that. That's
correct, sir. What you are speaking is correct. But actually, maths, no, it all of the chapters, otherwise all of the exercises, these are all interrelated. That's why it is difficult for us to remove something or exclude something. That's why if they have given the heading also, which all types, linear equations, practical, complex questions are not there. That means which all questions to be avoided, there is a slight confusion because as teachers, we know that all the questions are at a time simple or some of them complex, like we cannot predict it according to. That's why there are some slight confusions, but according to this equation, we have to incorporate the same. That's why We have to. If you are too confused and all those questions, better you include. Okay, you can teach those questions also like that. You can try.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thanks.
Kanchan, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes,
Good
ma'am.
evening, ma'am.
Good evening. Good evening, ma'am.
Yeah, I'm from Kurve's New Model Public School, Nagpur. First of all, I want to appreciate Salam sir and the all teachers who are taking the session.
Yeah.
It is very nice session. Actually, we are in confusion. We are teaching to the children, but still we are in confusion how first term will be there, second term will be there, and most of the doubts will be cleared. But I want to ask ma'am one thing. As we are taking for first term paper, so that term paper will be comes from the board or school have to prepare?
It will be given by board, ma'am.
Acha. So ma'am, in this one, all questions will be 40 mark paper will be there. So 40 questions will be there of 1 mark?
No, 50 questions will be there. And I have explained, no, throughout one slide, I have explained like section A, out of 20, 16 they have to attempt. Like that, they have given clear instructions in the sample paper.
Okay.
Total 40 questions they have to attempt out of 50.
Yeah. So
and
in that
according
one,
to the sections. According to the sections.
So is it available that sample papers?
Yes, ma'am. It is released by CBSE.
So we have to please give us site so that we can check the
CBSE
papers.
academic site. CBSE academic site, it is available. cbseacademic.nic.in.
And one thing again we have to ask, ma'am. Like we got reduced syllabus from the board, right?
Yes, ma'am.
But still some papers we are checking, like 12th standard paper we check. In that one, some deleted portions questions are also there. Then what to do?
No, I don't know. Are you speaking about the sample paper? No. We have to check the CBSE sample paper always, ma'am. Other all means other people have prepared. No, other teachers have prepared. No, that we cannot really.
Okay.
That CBSE sample paper we have to check. That is official one.
Okay. Ma'am, please again give the site CBSE.
cbseacademic.nic.in.
Okay, ma'am. Just want to ask that. Okay, ma'am. Thank you very much, ma'am.
Smita ma'am, there is a question in the chat box by Mr. Anu Thomas.
Yes.
Can you ask that? As per rationalized curriculum, trigonometric ratios of 0 and 90 degrees not there, but in sample paper, some questions are asked.
Trigonometric ratios of 0 and 90 are not there. It is there, ma'am. It is there. All the values are there, 0 to 90.
Mr. Anu Thomas, if you raise your hand, we can unmute you, you can speak. I think the question is clear now, answer is clear now.
If it is not clear, please ask. Actually, according to syllabus, all the standard angles are included from 0 to 90. Only that last identity part is removed. Complex questions of identity part is removed. And complementary angles.
Rajashri ma'am.
Rajashri ma'am.
She has raised her hand.
Good evening, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
I have a doubt. You told about sine square theta plus cos square theta, that identity section, no? So we have questions under that section. So are we supposed to do all those questions like using cosec square theta and all? We have a lengthy proof there. Are we all supposed
they have given only simple questions. Only simple questions. And another thing is that complementary angles questions are there. They won't be there because complementary angle is removed. No.
I'm not talking about that, ma'am. I'm talking about only the simple identities like sine square theta plus cos square theta. Together with that, we have cosec square theta. That identities. Using those, we have separately given 10 questions, and there are converting 1 into sine square theta. Such type of questions are there. Are we supposed to use these questions?
No, only complicated questions according to CBSE they have removed. That's why the problem is which are complicated. That is subjective.
Thank you.
Which are complicated questions is always subjective. That's fine. Whichever you feel as complicated questions, those questions you can remove, and some of the questions like MCQ pattern and all you can discuss.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, Namrata ma'am.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, ma'am.
Ma'am, I just want to ask one question regarding the assertion and reason-based MCQs that are there in the sample paper, but no such questions are there neither in NCERT book nor in exemplar. So from where to get such sources? Because we have to prepare our children for that also. All of a sudden, when they are exposed to such questions, they get panic. Even they know it, they are not able to do it.
Actually, I am there in Bharat Sahodayas group, WhatsApp group. There I could see Salam sir is putting many types of questions. You also can join that group, and there I could see many questions. Assertion reasoning also, he has given a set of questions, all the chapters. Okay. That's why you can refer all the sites. Many sites are available, ma'am. By many names, many sites are available. You can check there. And assertion reasoning also, I could see many patterns of questions.
So, ma'am, instead of doing activity from the lab manual, we can introduce those questions as practice for our students.
No, not instead of lab manual. Not instead of lab manual. You can do those questions additional. Lab manual you have to do. Compulsorily you have to do by CBSE.
Okay. Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, Gayatri, ma'am.
Pranam, ma'am. I'm Gayatri from Trichurapalli, Sri Vagisha Vidyashram, Srirangam.
Yes, ma'am, please.
Regarding this triangles, proof and all, how they will ask in MCQs, ma'am. Actually, proof is very important. Pythagoras theorem proof as well as basic proportionality theorem proof. How it will be in MCQs, it will be asked, and how to train up for that, ma'am.
No, proofs and all, no. He can give us like some numbers and all. Previously, when they have removed, I don't know whether you remember, previously all the proofs we used to give for children. Years back. But later on, they have given some of them as motivate. That means the proof no need to give. Like that they have changed some of them. Then there and all they used to give this motivate proofs itself. They used to give us some numbers and all as problems. Okay, those pattern questions are there. You can see like 3-4 years back and all such pattern questions, many of them were there in the question banks and all. I think those questions can be utilized because anyway proofs are not there, no? That's
no, actually,
they cannot ask vertically opposite angles are equal for MCQ. Prove that.
Yeah.
That's why sure that they have to, we have to go for problem pattern only. But I don't tell you that you don't give proofs at all. Because whichever they are asked, you have to give the proofs. That knowledge they have to. They should.
Yeah, but in exam point of view, it is not there. Motivate,
exam
it is there.
But of view, as theorem proof, they won't ask. That only I can give you. But as problems, they can give. Same idea can be.
Okay,
concept, no? Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes, Ramya, ma'am.
Yes, Ramya, ma'am. It is not clear. Smita, ma'am, is it clear?
No, yeah, Ramya, ma'am, your voice is not clear. It's not properly audible.
Voice is breaking, ma'am. You can put it in the chat box. Question.
Please put it in the chat box, ma'am. Then we can see.
Lakshmi Shammukam. Miss Lakshmi, you can ask. Yeah.
Good evening, ma'am.
Yeah, good evening.
Ma'am, my question is actually I'm taking applied maths for grade 12. For the assessment point of view, for term 1, they have given us project work and final internal assessment. Term and Viva part also, we have given 5 marks. So I don't have a confusion in that term 1. In term 2, we have to do 5 practical activities, whatever the chapter we are handling, right, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
So, and where is the part, how we have to do that worksheet? Spreadsheet is mentioned in that curriculum point, how we need to do the spreadsheet. So I know how to teach them how to do the spreadsheet, ma'am. Is that spreadsheet is also evaluated part as an assessment in term 2?
Ma'am, all together we have to evaluate, no? For example, if it is practical lab activity part and all when we do, how they are doing, we have to analyze each and every part and we will give that 2 marks or 3 marks, no? Like that spreadsheet is also there. If it is possible, you please divide the criteria.
Okay.
Each and every assessment, we should give a criteria for children. And it should be known for them also. That's why if it is possible, 1 mark you can give for each and every part. Like that you divide it.
Now I have a doubt in that, whether I have to incorporate the spreadsheet part in that practical part.
That is, if it is very important things we have to include as criteria. Which are all the important part for this practical activity that you have to see. And for that, all the 5 you have to evaluate yourself, assess yourself. And just you give the criteria part.
Then it is must to do the spreadsheet also. Am I right?
Then please include in the criteria, ma'am.
Okay.
Without spreadsheet, they cannot do, no? That is a relevant part there.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Smita ma'am, take the last question from Sridevi.
Yes, Sridevi ma'am.
Ma'am,
Yes,
my doubt is regarding applied maths for class 12. Too much portion is there. So, those who have chosen basic maths in 10th, they have applied for this one in commerce section. So it is difficult for them to cope up with it. So is it possible to reduce the, so it is a request to CBSE to reduce the portions at least?
Actually, many of my friends, I used to discuss this one. They are very sad, like applied maths, there is no deleted portions at all. Wherever we are getting a chance, we are trying to communicate with CBSE also regarding the same.
Okay, thank you.
We do understand actually, but we are helpless.
Okay.
Actually,
because
whenever we are
teachers,
getting a
for
chance,
the first time we are
trying.
doing, teachers and students are finding it difficult.
Yeah, yes, ma'am. We do understand.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Some of them I have asked my contact number. I have put up in the chat box. Please take it. Salam sir, there are some requests for adding numbers to WhatsApp group.
Yeah, they can. I have sent them my number. They can send me message so that we'll send the link.
It is a good WhatsApp group. Too much of materials he used to send, especially in this pandemic situation. No, he is helping us a lot.
Smita
All the
ma'am,
subject groups are there.
Smita ma'am, we can wind up.
Yes, sir. Ma'am, again, I'm telling the same thing. I don't know. I can't stop myself saying this. It was a wonderful session, actually.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. So first and foremost, I would thank God Almighty for the smooth running of this program. I would like to extend my sincere gratitude to our honorable resource person, Ms. Bini ma'am, to take her valuable time out and be with us to equip with all the details and explanations of this new assessment pattern. Thank you once again, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you.
I thank Jayanti ma'am, Shibu sir, and Biju sir on this occasion. Thank you, Arun sir and Arafat sir, for all the technical support provided for the smooth functioning of the program. Our sincere gratitude to Salam sir, who keeps us updated with every single area of educational reformation. Last but not the least, let me thank our dear audience for their support, without whom we haven't been so far. Thank you all once again, and God bless you. Over to you, Salam sir.
Thank you. Where is Bini ma'am? Has gone?
So I think ma'am is not in the list.
Disconnected or?
Ma'am got disconnected, I think.
Yeah.